Love this book. I just finished reading Star Child. It's a biographical Constellation of Octavia Estelle Butler by Ibi Zoboi. Please excuse me if I'm mispronouncing the name. Octavia Butler is one of my favorite authors. I love her works, and unfortunately she passed away, but her work lives on and has inspired so many people, especially the author of this book. The author of this book actually had the opportunity to meet her in person, work with her at a science fiction writer's workshop, talk to her and be mentored by her. You could tell how much of an effect that she had if a whole biography was written about her because of that interaction. It's written in a combination of like prose and poetry, and it basically like kind of chronicles her life with like quotes from her, little blurbs about her life, about the times that she lived in, and then interludes poetry describing her life and the times in between, and talking about her imagination and her creativity, her intelligence, how she used writing as an outlet to escape being lonely or being considered weird or different. Just awesome. I really enjoyed this. I really like to sit and marinate on the poetry, and sometimes I like to reread poetry to just like really get the gist of it. Because poetry, it'll make you feel something. Sometimes it's like a light, airy poem. Sometimes it's something deep and meaningful, and you really want to like grasp the concept of the poetry. One part of the book that really stood out to me that I really enjoyed is that they included some of Octavia's own notes and letters. First, here's a picture of her when she was in high school. This is circa 1962, with her little pressing curl. And I really like that they put some of her affirmations that she would write about being an author and being a best-selling author. One is here. This is an affirmation that she wrote for herself. It says, "Word weaver, world maker, storyteller, bestseller." Yes. Word weaver, world maker, storyteller, bestseller. Now, so I encourage anybody, if you have time, to write down and journal about what you want to be. Talk about it right now and write about it right now. Here's a list of all of the books that she's written, which I believe I have read them all. So first we have Pattern Master, written in 1976. Then Mind of My Mind, Survivor, which is one of my favorites. I remember reading that she said that was her least favorite book that she wrote, but I really enjoyed Survivors. These are not written necessarily in the order that they like chronologically, but Survivor would be like the end of the Pattern Master series. She wrote Kindred in 1979, Wild Seed in 1979, Clay's Ark 1984, Dawn 1987, Adulthood Rights in 1988, the year I was born, Imago in 1989, Parable of the Sower in 1993, Bloodchild and Other Stories in 1995, Parable of the Talents in 1998, and Fledgling in the year 2005. I think the only book that I haven't read or haven't read to completion might be Bloodchild and Other Stories, because I believe I read Bloodchild, but I think it's like multiple stories, and I don't know if I read all of them. So that's I will be looking into that to see. But all of her other books I've read, and some of these I've read more than once. Like I've read Wild Seed more than once. I've read Lilith's Brood, which is the Dawn, Adulthood Rights, Imago series. I read that more than once. That's one of my favorites. Kindred, as a story about being enslaved, I've only read once, but I have seen the new show, and that's for another video. I'll talk about that. And last but not least, I just wanted to show, this is Octavia back in 2001 with the author. I love that. Like, imagine meeting your mentor, like someone who inspired you, and getting to pick their brain and get advice, and then like turn around and pay homage to them with like this beautiful biography. Like, I love that. I love that. I love that. Last thing I wanted to show was, oh yes. So this is one of Octavia Butler's many notes that she wrote as an aspiring novelist. And what it says is, let me just read it. I am a best-selling writer. I write best-selling books and excellent short stories. Both books and short stories win prizes and awards. Every day is in every way. I am researching and writing my award-winning best-selling books and short stories. Every one of my books reaches and remains for 2 or more months at the top of the bestseller lists of Publishers Weekly, The Washington Post, The New York Times, The Los Angeles Times, etc., etc., etc. So be it, see to it. For my own excellent Santa Monica home that is mine, free and clear, and I am always able to maintain and pay all taxes on without effort. For my own and Mama's excellent health care, for my own free and clear personal fortune of $10 million, for my own $20 million scholarship fund for striving Black people. So be it, see to it. Yes, like I'm about to make my list right now, because so be it, see to it. I say. So that's Star Child, a biographical constellation of Octavia Estelle Butler. Check it out.